Hello and welcome to another episode of Dream Home Cooking. Today I'm sharing my stuffed bell pepper recipe with you guys with a little bit of a healthier spin. I'm going to do the ground turkey instead of ground beef, and then I'm going to show you guys how I make homemade Thousand Island dressing for a delicious garden salad, and then I'm going to make a side dish of sweetened parsnips, and then I'm also going to make a very simple artichoke dip for just a little fun appetizer. It's only 3 ingredients and some seasoning. It's very simple. But I want to go ahead and get started on the stuffed bell peppers. Well, actually the peppers, because what I like to do, instead of stuffing the peppers just when they're raw, I like for them to soften a little bit, so I'll roast them in the oven for about 10 minutes. So what I did is I took 4 peppers and I just cut them in half lengthwise, and then cleaned out the center, washed them, and then patted them dry. And then you just want to lay them on a large baking sheet, and I like to use parchment paper for easy cleanup. And this is 4 big bell peppers, and I just like to do a variety of color. I think it's prettier. Then you want to take a little olive oil, and I'm just going to drizzle just a little bit onto each one, just like that. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. And then that's it. And I've got my oven right now at 400 degrees, so I'm gonna pop them in the oven for 10 minutes. And then I'll take them out and let them cool before I stuff them. But while they're in the oven, I'm gonna show you guys first the Thousand Island recipe, because I wanna get that made up so that it can sit in the fridge, because the longer it sits, the better. So what you want to start with is a half a cup of mayo, and I like to use the real mayo, and I actually am a Hellmann's girl. I love Hellmann's mayo. So I've got 2 tablespoons of pickle relish, and what this is actually the Wickles pickles. You can find them at Publix, Kroger, usually all the time. But I took the Wickles pickles and actually chopped them, but they do sell a Wickles pickles relish. Then this is an onion that I used on a box grater, and it's a tablespoon of real finely grated onion. Then I have a teaspoon of minced garlic, and then this is an 1/8 teaspoon of salt and pepper together, just to make it easy. And then I have a teaspoon of white vinegar, and then I'm gonna just do 2 dashes of hot sauce. Well, a little more than 2. And you don't have to use the hot sauce if you don't care for that. And then all you do is just mix it up. Then the very last ingredient in the dressing, of course, is ketchup. And you want to do 2 tablespoons. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Simple as that. Okay, so this is done. I'm going to go ahead and pop it in the fridge right now so it can start chilling. And then I'm going to get started on the filling for the peppers. Okay, so I got the Thousand Island dressing in the fridge. These peppers are roasting and they smell delicious as they roast in the oven. So now I'm ready to start the filling for the peppers. And I have a pound of ground turkey, and I guess I could pull the plastic off because that wouldn't be very good. And to that turkey, I'm gonna add a half a cup of chopped onion, and I'm gonna brown the onion and the turkey together before I add the rest of the ingredients. And because this turkey is so lean, there's no need for me to drain it, because there will literally hardly be anything to drain. Okay, so the turkey is browned with the onions. While I was browning it, I went ahead, the peppers were ready to come out of the oven, and I just took some tongs. They were right side up. I turned them upside down to kind of let the oil, and whatever condensation was in there drain out, because you don't want them to be soggy when you stuff them. Okay, so the next part of this, I'm gonna add some seasonings. And what I did was I put all my seasonings in this one little cup. So this is my usual 1 teaspoon each of salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. And then I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. This is always great in this because it just gives it that little bit of sweetness it needs. Then I'm gonna add 1 little small can of tomato paste, not the sauce, but the paste, because you want this mixture to be a thicker mixture, because you want it to be able to stuff the peppers with a nice, good, thick mixture. And this takes a little bit to break down, this tomato paste, and for that reason you want to add 2 tablespoons of water. And you just gently work with it and keep stirring it until that tomato paste breaks down. Okay, and then to this, I am gonna add a bag of rice. This is the best invention ever. And it's been around for a long time. This is that success rice. It's boil in a bag rice. You just put the bag down in a little pot of boiling water, and in 10 minutes it's ready. Of course, you want to let it cool down. And it's just easy for dishes like this. If I'm making fried rice, I don't want to use this rice. I want to make a homemade, not a homemade, but a sticky rice. So then the last two ingredients, crazy as it sounds, this is a half a cup of breadcrumbs, and then a half a cup of sharp cheddar cheese. And now I'm just gonna stir all of this together. Oh, and also a tablespoon of ketchup. Almost forgot that. And then a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And then we're just gonna stir all this together. I'm gonna turn it down low and just let it simmer for about 20, 25 minutes. And then I'll stuff them. So I'm gonna get all this stirred together, and when we come back, I'm gonna show you guys how I stuff the peppers and make a delicious topping and get started on the parsnips.
When you select Wolde Flooring's hardwood, you don't just enhance your home, you transform it. With hundreds of beautiful, durable, hand-selected varieties that come with up to a 50-year warranty, you can count on unsurpassed beauty and proven durability that's guaranteed to stand the test of time. When you want the best flooring for your home, come to Wolde Flooring in Madison. WoldeFlooring.com, 256-325-8453.
Choosing an appliance can be complicated these days. That's why at Bob Wallace Appliance, we start by asking questions like an occasional cook or a serious chef, something just for you or an army, once a week or once a day. You see, it's not just what we know about appliances, it's what we know about you. Bob Wallace Appliance, locally owned and operated for more than 35 years. Online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
At Quality Plus, our motto is don't call 3, call me, because where else can you find North Alabama's finest craftsmen who can handle all of your residential roofing, drywall, and painting needs. At Quality Plus, all work is 100% guaranteed, and no job is too big or too small, whether it's new construction or remodeling. So for your roofing, drywall, and painting needs, don't call 3, call me at Quality Plus Production, 256-990-7578.
Hey guys, come on in.
Hey Troy.
Yeah, let me show you around.
Wow.
You know, as the Acme Brick spokesperson, I get paid in brick. All the brick I want. Solid. What? Too much? To get Acme Brick quality, look for the Acme name. And here's the guest room. Hope you like a firm mattress.
Okay, we're back, and the filling for the peppers is done. It's ready to stuff the peppers. And what I did, I transferred the peppers from the baking sheet onto a baking dish that has, big sides. And so what I want to do is just take a spoonful of this mixture, and I'm just going to stuff each one generously. I say generously, just kind of eyeball it, and you can always go back a second time around and fill in any gaps, so to speak, if your peppers need a little more filling. Okay, so I've got all the mixture into these peppers. Now comes the best part. This is the topping. So what you want to do, this is a little can of tomato sauce, not paste. This is the sauce. And I just have a tablespoon, and you don't have to be completely accurate on measurements. You just spoon, a tablespoon or maybe a little more over the meat mixture. This to me is kind of like meatloaf. A meatloaf isn't a meatloaf unless you have a really great sauce on top of it. And that's kind of how I feel about these peppers. This is just a finishing touch. Okay. And this little 8-ounce can of tomato sauce is just right. It gives it just enough. And I'll just go back over if I see one that maybe needs a little more. Okay, so then the next step in the topping is a little brown sugar. And you eyeball this too. I'm just gonna use my hands with this. I just put a couple tablespoons in this little dish, and I'm just gonna sprinkle. You don't want too much. You don't want it to be overpowering sweet because the filling already has a little bit of sweetness to it. And then we have our second to last step, which is just a little yellow mustard. And it's so simple, you can just squirt it right out the bottle, just a few little drizzle like that. Okay, so after you get your yellow mustard squirted on there, then I have 2 tablespoons of butter that I melted, and then I stirred in a half a cup of breadcrumbs. And you know what? It's just easier sometimes to use your hands. You can get it on there better. You can just sprinkle it like the brown sugar, and this makes a mighty delicious topping. Okay, so there we go. There are the peppers, and I think they're so pretty, especially when you plate them up and they're all different colors. All right, so now I'm gonna get this in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna start on my parsnips. All right, so the peppers are in the oven and I cleaned up a little bit. Now I want to show you guys how to cook these parsnips. So it's a root vegetable, kind of like they're a lot like a carrot. They're shaped like a carrot, but of course they're white. And you peel them just like you would peel a carrot, and then I cut the ends off. You treat it just like a carrot, and you can fry them, roast them, bake them, but I'm gonna boil them because that's how I found my favorite way is, and I just dice them in little bite-sized pieces. And you do have to put a little bit of elbow grease in it. It's not quite as easy to cut as a carrot, but I basically cut each one in half, and then again, and then I'm just making these little bite-sized pieces. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get all these diced up, and then when we come back, I'm gonna show you guys how I finish this dish as well as how I make the artichoke dip.
When we came to looking for a cabinet company and a manufacturer to use, and with Wellborn being the selection, Wellborn has a good foundation within the company and the folks that run their company. And when you have a good foundation, things typically follow suit with that and things will stay steady. Their values, I feel like, are on a solid foundation. I feel like their true intent is to build a product that will be a lasting product, and you're going to love what you see.
Wellborn Cabinets, the essence of cabinetry, at Woodland Homes of Huntsville.
In choosing a contractor in today's market, finding someone that is going to take care of you and make sure that you're happy with their product, with the quality, it's not an easy task today. The most important thing to me is doing what you say you're going to do, taking care of the customer, installing a product that is superior. My motto is called "A Lady with a Team You Can Trust," and I feel confident that we are a team that you can trust.
My father started this business in 1977. The people that work for us is part of what sets us apart. All of our employees have experience. All of our plumbers have been with us for 10 years or greater. Our motto at Dean & Son is quality and service. We're going to do quality work. We don't leave people hanging. We're there when we're supposed to be. We're done when we're supposed to be. Living up to what you sell and service them after they pay you, that's where your integrity in the plumbing business comes.
Dean & Son Plumbing Company. Call today at 518-9780.
Okay, we're back, and I have the parsnips already drained. I cooked them for about 7 minutes, and you just want to make sure they're fork tender, or you can even taste one. I really think you guys are going to like these if you've never tried them. So to finish up this recipe, what I like to do is just a half a teaspoon of salt and pepper and a half a teaspoon of white sugar. And I'm just going to put that in here, and then I have a tablespoon of butter that I just put in there right after I drained it so it would start melting. And then just a little drizzle of honey. And if you don't want the sweet parts in it, you can certainly leave it out and just season them with salt and pepper. They're just really good, and I love the texture. And just give it a little stir, and that's it, and it smells delicious. So I'm just going to pop them right over here. And now I'm gonna make the artichoke dip. And so what you want to do, I bought a can of artichoke hearts, and I bought they say on the can, baby artichoke hearts, and you want to drain them very well and make sure they're the artichoke hearts in water, not packed in oil. That'll completely change your recipe for the worse. So I let those drain, and then I just took a little knife and just kind of chopped them, rough chopped them like that, because they are whole, and you don't want them whole in the dip. So I have 1 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. I just used the bagged kind. And then I have 1 cup of mayo. And I'm gonna stir this together real quick. And then for the seasonings, it's a teaspoon each of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. You just wanna make sure that you get those seasonings mixed in there really well. And then I'm gonna add my artichokes to it. And it's amazing how just these few little ingredients bake up, and you serve them with, I like to serve them with pita bread or pita crisp, and they are absolutely, it's delicious. All right, and that's it for this dip. And I wanted to tell you guys about our featured community this week. It's McMullen Cove. And what a gorgeous community that is out there. It's a very great location, beautiful homes, beautiful clubhouse, so many trails you can hike on. I can't say enough about it. We've got a beautiful furnished model home out there at McMullen Cove. Would love to invite you guys to go out there. It's open 7 days a week. Someone is out there. And McMullen Cove is also in a great location near a great grocery store. There's a Publix out there. There are some great little restaurants out there and little shops. So I just encourage you guys to go out there and visit. And I'm sure when Mike gets here, he will give you guys many more details about McMullen Cove. So now that I have this dip all mixed together, I'm just gonna pour it into a cute little dish, and you don't need a big one. And I did spray it with cooking spray. And I'd like to take a little spatula so I can get all of it out of there, and just pour it into this little baking dish. And then this will bake in the oven 375 for 25 minutes. But it is delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the oven and get everything else out and ready, because Mike will be here when we come back. Hello and welcome to our Dream Home Studio.
You know, Melissa, this Dream Studio is so much fun for all of our customers because we have thousands of selections here. But one of the things that we're heavily involved in is remodels. If you're interested in remodeling, having a new updated kitchen with new tops, new flooring, new appliances, give us a call at Woodland Homes and ask for Tony, 830-9000, and we would love to turn your kitchen into a dream kitchen. So give us a call today. All right, today we're excited because we're out at McMullen Cove and we have the developer here with us today, Jeff Finfinger, and I must commend you. And I know you've done a lot of developments over the years, but this must be your crown jewel right here at McMullen Cove.
As you may obviously know, we did Cliffs Cove and Heritage Plantation,
Right.
Madison, and in the 90s we did Hampton Cove with my two uncles, Jim and John Hayes.
Right.
But this is the biggest development that we've done in particular as regards open space.
Yeah.
This is about 3,000 acres of property, and we're only use about half of that for the housing, and the other half will be for open space. We got 25 miles of trails, and if you enjoy the outdoors and want your family to have that as part of their lifestyle, this is the place to be.
So when I came out here, we spent about 2 hours and you really gave me the grand tour. And this truly is the best of the best. It is a lifestyle community. And not only that, it sounds like to me with y'all's, with Sonia, she's very active in the HOA and she does a lot of event planning out here. So it's like you're building a big, huge family out here.
It's a lot of fun. I'm the oldest daddy in town.
Well, congratulations.
That's right. Sonia and I have a 7-year-old child. It's my 4th child.
Yeah.
But I get to enjoy being with children his age and children out here, and we're building a family and having him with us, and we go in the woods and he spends time with me. It really lets me enjoy the lifestyle that also when you live in a home, when you live in a place
Right.
where you're the developer, you also notice things that need to be done quicker than if you don't live there.
Absolutely. So you're in and out of here every day, and y'all have lived here for quite a few years, haven't you? Yeah. So let's talk about the overall community. You know, somebody that's coming out here, your prices, I know you've got several different phases and really several different communities within the master plan community of McMullen Cove. But somebody can get out here in what kind of price point can we start at out here?
We have the patio homes, and so a patio home around $300,000. We are just beginning to, you and I this afternoon are going to tour the mountain.
Right. And that's over here on the bluff. And so this is, I know that this is exciting for you up here.
It is. It's the coolest street that I've ever put in. It's 2 miles along a ridge, 100 lots. Everybody will have a view. Homes that'll begin there in the 600s and sort of go up in a general sense to $1.5 million.
Sure.
But they're big lots, over 2 acres.
And it looks like, you know, no matter where you are within this community, the connectivity to all of your nature trails throughout the community, it looks like you've just got easy access to any number of different trail systems.
2 different mountains. One mountain we have 10 miles of trails in, and another mountain we have 15 miles of trails in, and they are interconnected, and of course the 2 mountains are tied together as well. So, right. And it's a nice, stable community, great homeowner association with the Olympic dimension pool, 0 entry, salt water, fountains. We built a new playground this summer with great school systems. Close to shopping, beautiful mountains, and so this is maybe the crown jewel of my career.
Yeah, Jeff, I appreciate it.
And let me tell you how happy we are to have Woodland Homes in our community. You bring a combination of quality and value that really is, you're top of the mark in our community with those 2 combinations, and we're so proud to have you here.
Well, I appreciate that. So y'all come out and see us or give us a call at 830-9000, but the best thing to do is come out and look at McMullen Cove and this beautiful model. So Jeff, let's go out and look at some lots.
Let's go do it.
All right.
Thank you.
Since 1983, individuals and businesses in Alabama have relied on Wolf, Jones, Wolf, Hancock, Daniel & South for their legal representation. Our experienced attorneys offer high-quality legal counsel in commercial law, real estate, and personal injury litigation. So if you need an attorney, hire the best attorney you can. Call the experienced North Alabama attorneys at Wolf, Jones, Wolf, Hancock, Daniel & South to arrange your initial consultation, because we're dedicated to setting the standard for legal services.
Okay, we're back, and as promised, I've got Mike with me.
Always food taster.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so what you cooking today?
Well, I made some stuffed bell peppers, but to keep it a little healthier, I did the ground turkey.
Okay, good. Love that.
Thank you. That's a good little dish.
It is. It's good. It's one of my faves.
Yeah, and I made just a nice garden salad with homemade Thousand Island dressing, which is always good. Yep. And our new friend, parsnips.
Okay.
The little veggie, you remember I made them not long ago. I've been testing recipes on them, so it's that time of year. And then this is
so many I forget.
Yeah, this is spinach, artichoke dip.
Yeah, okay, good.
So anyway, and I was telling the viewers about McMullen Cove.
Yep.
That's such a beautiful place out there.
It is. It's a master plan community, and Jeff Finfinger is the one who's developing it, and he does a really, really great job. But the thing about the community is just that it is, bigger size houses.
Yes.
And, and that's kind of what we specialize in is the bigger houses, even though we build, townhomes in the $200,000 price range and garden homes and cottage homes and things like that. So we've always kind of been known for the bigger style houses. So when I was looking to expand, McMullen Cove was just a great fit. And, the location is extremely good.
Yes,
you've got a very, very nice fitness center. But one of the things that's kind of neat about that, and it's kind of the same thing with up here on the mountain at Inspiration,
right.
is some of the trail systems and the nature trails.
Yes.
And so McMullen Cove, you can log on to their website, you can look at the overall master site plan. They probably have 8 to 10 miles of just different jogging trails and nature trails. And I think that that's one of the key things that people are looking for today when they're looking to invest in a home, is they want that lifestyle.
People love that.
Yeah, and our homes out there, they start in the $400,000 price range. We've kind of carved off one little area called Sanders Hill, that we're building all of the homes there. And it's important that we have our own community out there, because there's things that we're doing that'll basically set us apart from the other sections, so that when you come into Sanders Hill, you're going to recognize it as a Woodland Homes community.
Right.
And so we've got we're in phase 1 of Sanders Hill right now. We've got a couple of more phases to go, but McMullen Cove, if you have not visited out there, the whole McMullen Cove is an old family farm that the McMullens own, and it's basically up in a cove. It's surrounded by mountains, and it's really just absolutely gorgeous.
We'll just go take a Sunday drive out there sometimes, because we just enjoy looking at the houses, and it's just beautiful out there.
Right.
With great restaurants and little shops and a grocery store and everything you need.
Yeah.
And it's not as far as people think it is. It's how many miles from the hospital? 3?
Oh, it's just over. Yeah, it's just over the mountain. Well, it's a little bit further than that. It's probably 6 or 8 miles to downtown Huntsville, but it's right over the mountain. And when people are looking at investing in a community, one of the things that is key is also the school systems.
I agree.
And so you got great schools right down the road. High school is Huntsville High School, which is a great high school. So it's got everything that you need for long-term investment, good return on your investment out there, and great quality homes. And we've got a beautiful model home that's open 7 days a week. And for information on McMullen Cove or any of our communities, the easiest way to shop, of course, is first online. Go to woodlandhomes.com, and you've got all of our communities there, and office hours and when model homes are open. You can
log on to woodlandhomes.com for all of our recipes, and you can also find them on our Dream Home Cooking Facebook page.
Exactly. Or you can just give us a call at 830-9000. But the best thing to do is load the family up, come out and take a tour of any one of our models, whether if it's McMullen Cove or any of our other 10 communities that we have got going on, and we would love to see you in the neighborhood. So y'all come and see us.
And a shout out to our sponsors too.
Absolutely.
You can find all their information on our website as well.
All right, let's see.
I'm starving.